What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Welcome to the RNEWS morning show. And let's just jump into it. From r/politics, US election, Biden becomes first ever presidential candidate to receive 80 million votes. You mean one term, lost popular vote twice, impeached Trump. I'm so disappointed in our media. They should have been calling him the impeached president for months already. Yet I rarely hear them use the word impeached. Anytime I talk to my Trump-supporting family or neighbors, I always use impeached in front of his title. Clinton got that treatment, yet Trump escapes it like he's fallen upwards his whole life. It's obscene. Or at least referred to Trump as the president reject. Is this the same Trump who never had an approval rating over 50%? Also, there was another Trump who had many of his campaign officials arrested. Is this the same guy? Yeah, supported by loud, obnoxious minority. Count the votes. But Biden is getting more votes too. Stop the count. But then Trump would lose. He's behind. That's how numbers work. Count some votes. Quote. Wasn't this Lindsey Graham about Gar? Uncount some votes is more like it. In Michigan it was literally, count the white votes only. Quote. Surprise. See *CK bags. I voted Biden, too. Quote. Oh, to be a fly on Pence's head today now that the transmission team in America are finally starting to move on. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, poll, 60% support Biden canceling up to $50,000 of student loan debt per person. Seriously, any decent amount of money in student loan forgiveness would help the economy in the long run. The problem is that it is incredibly expensive for the government to write that much off, and the current government is operating in a state of fiscal non-liquidity thanks to the Trump idiocy regarding taxes and the lack of taxes for those best able to pay them. Honestly, I wouldn't hope for much on student loan forgiveness until year 3 or 4 of the Biden presidency. It'll take that long just to get the federal budget straightened out and money diverted from military expenditures. I'm super excited to be inevitably disappointed. I'm super excited to be inevitably disappointed. Everyone, 2019. There was a moment. Then the corporate Democrats coalesced around Biden at the 11th hour. He managed to win, so I'm not bitter. But boy was there a moment. Sounds about right. Dems would get that with a majority in the Senate too. Just like how we were gonna get universal healthcare with the WAH. House and a Senate supermajority, and we negotiated it down to Mitt Romney's Heritage Foundation health insurance reform instead. Near zero chance of public funding for paying off private loans. How the frick did you get your private loans forgiven? What about just zero interest, like they swore it would always be when they rammed it through originally? You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. Pope Francis takes aim at anti-mask protesters. They are incapable of moving outside of their own little world. I predict a #not my Pope moment. What, the anti-Pope? You rang. The Pope and I agree on this one. The USA bishops think Pope Francis is too liberal. Wait until they read the gospel. Jesus Christ, they are so far away from the messages of the root of their religion. I had someone tell me the Pope's opinion doesn't matter because he's not a real Catholic. He's the Catholic. You'll never find such people protesting the death of George Floyd, or joining a demonstration because there are shanty towns where children lack water or education, or because there are whole families who have lost their income, he adds. On such matters, they would never protest. They are incapable of moving outside of their own little world of interests. What a goddamn savage. How is that the Pope is more progressive than an American president? And the thing is, he isn't even that progressive. It's just that Trump is so regressive and stupid that the Pope now seems progressive. It's freaking sad. Edited because fat finger mad bad typo. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. Kim Jong-un's nephew Kim Han-sol has reportedly been taken into protective custody by the CIA. So hot right now, Han-sol. How times have changed. I figured it would be a Han Solo joke. You should listen to your friend Billy Zane. Is it just me, or is this a very poorly written article that leaves me no more informed than when I had just read a headline? I only read headlines. TL. Doctor. Kidding. But really, the article is paywalled for me. You've read your last complimentary article this month. Subscribe now, if you're already a subscriber. Sign in. Is writing from the Herald usually this bad? Edit. God, I can't even finish it. And that's coming from a always read the full article guy. Wait till we get you to read the opinion article. Does Bruno Mars is gay? Finally a win for the PPL, who only read the headline. What happened? Kim Jong-un's nephew, Kim Han-sol, has reportedly been taken into protective custody by the CIA. This is platinum. These are not the droids you're looking for. Not the first time in history it's happened. And it won't be the last. Happens in regular families every day too. Whenever I hear stuff like this, I get reminded that we pride ourselves on being civilized and humane, and act like dictators and despots and genocide the outliers. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. YouTube suspends OANN for a week after it posted fake COVID-19 cure. A representative from OANN could not immediately be reached for comment. Think about that. A media company, no immediate comment. So precious. And much like cheese, news has lots of salt and very little nutrition. I've been thinking about crafting a ridiculous persona and pushing far-right conspiracies for the money myself lately. Why no, the economy is in shambles and all. Mr. Rogers saw the state of children's TV and was moved to create his show to make something better. If you have the skills, why not make something that radicalizes conservatives by doubling down on their good virtues? Like a Christian who emphasizes love for all as if they were yourself. What was the fake cure they promoted? You had to beat Zelda 2 on NES with only one life after drinking rum and chlorine cocktails. Everyone is joking, but I found the OANN article in Google Cache. OANN lied about a doctor in California curing 1,700 COVID patients with hydroxychloroquine. Edit. Added the link. OANN took the article down sometime after November 18th, but forgot to take down the YouTube video. Person shrugging. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. Jailers interrupt Ghislaine Maxwell's sleep every 15 minutes to check if she's still breathing. Lawyer said. 15-minute checks are pretty standard for inpatient psych settings and ICU. Although you're not supposed to wake them up fully. I can only speak for psych settings. Not sure about ICU. But I used to do 15-minute checks when I first started in my field. If they are waking her fully, maybe they're just doing it because she's a damn monster. She's on someone a crap list too. And they probably aren't waking her up directly. Most likely this is her and her lawyers just complaining for whatever reason. Or to get her off suicide watch, which I hope doesn't happen because we know what the outcome will be. Also, freak this woman. Damn pedophile, slaver. Just complaining for whatever reason. You mean like 8th Amendment? Seriously. Freak this woman. But sleep deprivation is widely accepted as torture. That wouldn't be a legal punishment after she is convicted of a crime. Which she still hasn't been. Torture isn't okay no matter how much someone deserves it. And they probably aren't waking her up directly. That would reflect my experience working in that setting. But obviously I can't state what she's going through. I doubt they're doing that. But you never know. After a few days, you'd be so tired. Someone could be frying drunken noodles with spicy shrimp next to you and you're not going to wake up. Maybe I'm just hungry, but this really is a great comment. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like. And if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.